Hello friends, welcome back to my channel, A Little Geek, A Little Chic. Today we're going to talk about the books that I acquired in the month of June. So, grab yourself, your beverage of choice, and let's get into the haul. For this, we need to be caffeinated. So in the month of June, there was a charity book sale in our city, and I'm going to readjust here so I can put my legs up. Because it's going to be, we got to get comfortable. This is going to be a haul. Like, a lot of books. I'm going to do this in two parts so that you don't get too crazy inundated with books in the first part. And then the second part, I went to the book sale a second time. That's right. I went to the book sale 2 times, and in the month of June. Newsflash, I also went one more time in the month of July, so I didn't get too many this time though, so watch for that in the July haul video. But we're going to get started with the books that I got in the month of June, part 1, and then I'll do the month of June part 2. Part 2 is going to include a few books that I got from Indigo that were not from the used book sale, and then the second half of the used book sale books. So, not gonna lie, a lot of these books I know nothing about, but I've heard things before and they sounded intriguing, so I will give you a little brief synopsis if I can. If not, I'll just let you know the title and who wrote it and potentially what it is. So this one is Broken Homes, and it is Ben Aaronovitch. I'm sorry if I didn't pronounce that correctly, but it's like a thrillery kind of series, and I got the first one at the book sale last year, the Red Rivers of London. And I'm not sure which order these go in. This could be the second one, this could be the fourth one, I don't know. But since I had the first one, I picked this guy up because it was like $3. And if I like it, then I can continue. So that's book number 1. I'm going to put these on the floor beside me. I have them on the table here, and then I'll have to transfer them to down there. Next, I got a book called The Girls by Emma Cline. This book's been on my radar for a couple of years. It's kind of a summer girls vibe. Almost mirrors a little bit of the Manson murder-esque situation, I believe. It's Northern California during the violent end of the 1960s. So it's kind of set then, so it's like a historical kind of novel. And that's all I know about it. And I'm always super excited and anxious to read books that are like true crime based or true crime books. I really like those. So this kind of just like sparked my interest in it. It was at the book sale, so I picked it up. Next, I got 2 books by Jennifer Weiner. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong. I want to say it's Weiner. But I got Mrs. Everything. These are like contemporary novels written by this author. And as you can see, the books that I get from this book sale, you guys, are almost in perfect condition every time. They look like they've never even been picked up, read. Perfect condition. Honestly, some of the books that I get from this book sale are in better shape than the ones that are on the shelf at the big stores. Shout out. Hey, Indigo. Have some pride. I feel like people just drop them, or the staff just like crams them in, and they just, all of a sudden the covers are bent and so many are damaged. You gotta like hunt through about 10 of them to find a good one if you like books like me. And the second one I got was the second book. I don't know if it's the second book in like a series or not, but it's Big Summer, and it's again by Jennifer Weiner. And yeah, they just seem like good contemporary summer novels, and I'm always here to have some of those on my shelf as a beachy kind of read. They're good to take to the beach. This one not scream beach? Yeah, I'm super excited to read this one. Next, I have this thing for books about books. Surprise nobody. So I picked up The Library of the Lost and Found. This has been in my like wish list on Indigo for a couple of years now, and this was at the book sale, so I picked it up for like $3, and I have no idea what it's about. I assume It looks like contemporary-esque based on the cover, but again, no idea. Let's have a quick look. She's a librarian, and looks like she's trying to be more connected with people because she feels like she's invisible. She's always been more connected with books than people. I feel ya. This book is by Phaedra Patrick, and I'm excited to get to this one. Next up is Anne Patchett, and it's Commonwealth, a novel. This was big a couple of years ago. I remember seeing it all over the place. And it's kind of like, I think it's a historical fiction about someone finding themselves during Commonwealth times. And I'm excited to read this one. I love historical fiction, stuff like that, in like the fall and the winter. I get good vibes for those, along with fantasy. That's when my fantasy reading peaks. Next, I have Invisible Girl by Lisa Jewell. This is going over there on my thriller shelf, and I'm excited to get to this one. Thrillers, I don't like to know anything about it before I go in, so I don't want to know too much more about this. The next one I got has the sticker on it still from the big chain, McNally Robinson, that says 30% off. So somebody bought this and loved it, and I got it for $3. And it is in great shape for a $3 book. There's a little nick right here. That's about it. But this, I feel, needs no introduction. It is The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna. I have not read this yet. It's a historical fiction set in World War II about two sisters who depart ways. And I believe one is hiding out or fighting against the German armies, and one has actually been or marries or is in love with a soldier from said army. So it'll be interesting to read this one. This one has been read a lot and loved a lot here on BookTube, so I have a feeling that I will also like it quite a lot, hopefully. Next, I have, in my quest to obtain the Kristen Lauren books, I'm trying to see where I have them all. So I have Beautiful Secret, Beautiful Boss, and then I just have Beautiful. And these are their earlier books, before they got into things like The Unhoneymooners over there, and the Soulmate Equation. Is that the newest one? So I feel like I really like their stuff. But this, I believe, has a little bit more controversy. I believe this is their more riskier stuff before they got into more mainstream romancy kind of books. So I've got a couple of them over there, and I'm excited to pick up some more as I see them for a really good price, and people don't really know what they have. And I'm just going to build my little collection based on that. So that one was like $2. Then, like I said before, thing for books about books, I have a little Paris bookshop. It is about a literary apothecary from his floating bookstore in a barge on the Seine he prescribes novels for hardships of life using intuitive feeling for the exact book a reader needs. Verdu mends broken hearts and souls, and the only person he can't seem to heal is himself. He's still haunted by the heartbreak after his great love disappeared. She left him with only a letter that he has never opened. This sounds great. I'm excited to read it. This one is written by Nina George, and I have seen this before around on BookTube, and obviously I didn't go places like that, but I've never picked it up until now because it was like $2.50. These are Canadian prices, by the way, so in the US, these would be even cheaper for you. But don't everybody come down to my city and buy cheap books, because then there won't be any left for me. The next one I got for $3, and it is also a super popular book that's made its ways around BookTube, and I am very excited to read it, and it is Kylie Reed, Such a Fun Age. Now, this book, I believe, focuses on a nanny, and she is out with the kid she's babysitting, and she is an African-American woman, and the child is a Caucasian child, and I believe somebody makes the assumption that she has taken this child or is not rightfully with the child, and it causes some controversy, and then the parents, I believe, go with the controversy instead of defending her, and I think that's kind of how this goes. I don't know too much about it, but I'm excited to read this one. It was a Reese Book Club pick, and hers are usually pretty good, so interested to see what I think about that. Next, I got a book by an author who is well loved for good reason, Neil Gaiman. I got American Gods. This one, I believe, I didn't get the book sale. I got it in June at a used bookstore in town. So it was a little bit more expensive than the other ones. I think I paid like $10 for this one. But it's in great shape. I've never read American Gods. I know that it's a Netflix series, and I don't really want to watch that until I've read the book. So hopefully get into this soon. Sounds intriguing. Sounds like this guy could have, like this shadow guy who got released from prison could have some like powers that assist with stopping whatever or assisting whatever is the undoing of America. So let's see what that is. Next I have a book about books again. Go figure. So this is Susan Wiggs, The Lost and Found Bookshop. Okay, the other one that I had, in case you weren't paying attention, had a very similar name, and it's The Library of the Lost and Found. Different books, similar title, different authors. So I knew they were different books, but I was instantly drawn in because it's a book about books. And it says that in the wake of a shocking tragedy, Natalie Harper inherits a charming but financially strapped bookshop in San Francisco. She also becomes the caretaker for her grandfather, Andrew, who grew up in the historic Perdita Street building that houses the store. Grandpa Andrew has begun to struggle with his memory loss, and Natalie plans to close the bookstore and sell the building to pay for his care. There's only one problem. Her grandfather owns it outright and refuses to sell. So I have a feeling she's going to fall in love with the bookstore and tries to like make it better, and I hope so because I love a bookstore story. So got that one, and that one, it says $13.99 on the front, so I think somebody picked it up at Costco because it's got the Costco sticker on it, but I got it for $3. I'll get the stickers off eventually. I just don't want to damage them to try to pull them off. Another book that was super popular on BookTube. Some people loved it, some people hated it. I hope I'm in the love it category, but I'm willing to give it a shot. And that is Sally Rooney's Normal People novel. And I don't know very much about this at all. Yeah. And I think I want to keep it that way. And then I'm not swayed as to which way I should fall as to whether I like it or not. I know like literally nothing. Only that it made its rounds on BookTube. And I am excited to see if I like it or not. That one was $4, obviously because it's like brand new hardcover, so still $4. And it was never even open, you guys. This book was brand new. Then I got the lady who wrote Devil Wears Prada, Lauren Weisberger. I have her Revenge Wears Prada up there on the bookshelf. Devil Wears Prada was great. Loved it. Can't wait to read that one. But then this one came up, and it came up a couple times in my suggestions on like Kobo and Amazon, and I'm like, you know what? Maybe I should pick it up at the bookstore because it's like $3, and it's in great shape. And it is When Life Gives You Lululemons, and apparently it is a lady who moves to like the suburbs with all these rich hoity-toity people, and she tries to like, she's not a fan of them, but she's got to like get a story or fit in for some reason, and that's all I really know. Emily Charlotte does not do suburbs after leaving Miranda Presley. She's been working in Hollywood and as an image consultant to the stars, but recently she lost a few clients. Hopeless with social media, the new guard is nipping at her heels. She needs a big opportunity, and she needs it now. So I feel like this is maybe the third book that follows these characters, so maybe I should read that one first and then get into this one, because as to not spoil anything previously for these characters. I will check the dates that they were released on. That one I know was released first, so I might have to read that one first before I get into this one. Next up on the list, I got Lethal White by Robert Galbraith. If you're not familiar, that is J.K. Rowling's pen name for this murder mystery detective series, and I loved the first book, The Cuckoo's Calling. The detective drew me in. He was just a great character. I believe Corman Strike. Yeah, Corman Strike is the guy's name. So awesome. Epic detective name. And I'm super excited to read this one. This is the last book in the series. Now, I've read the first book, Cuckoo's Calling. I own the second and the third book. And now I own the fourth book. All of which I got either at like Value Village or the book sale. The Cuckoo's Calling, I never actually owned a physical copy until like a week ago. I was at the lake and someone posted on a local book swap book group that we have that they had finished reading this book and they were looking to give it away to a new home, and I jumped on that. So I got a hardcover of The Cuckoo's Calling for $0. And thank you so much to the individual who gave me that, because I needed that for my collection, and you can never find that one in good condition at the sales. So I asked my husband to go get it for me, and thank goodness he did. The final book I got, and the final book for part 1 of this book haul, is Billionaire Murders. If you're unfamiliar with this, it is a true crime book about a cold case in Canada that is still under investigation, about a billionaire pharmacy mogul and his wife who turn up dead, discovered by a real estate agent at a house showing for their mansion. And it's got to be an internal job, an inside job, and they've come up cold on the cold case. So I've already read this book. It was great, and I intend to read it again this summer, hopefully. And see if maybe I can be the armchair detective like we all want to be and solve these mysteries. I won't, but the story is enthralling, and I'm very excited to dive into this again and to have this for my shelf, because this is a great book, and it's Canadian. Don't get a lot of Canadian true crime cold cases, so I'm excited to have this one. So that's it for part 1 of the book haul for June. Coming at you soon with the second part, so don't go away. If you like what you see, please like and subscribe. Comment down below and let me know if you've read any of these books and which ones you really liked and I should prioritize to start first. So thank you as always for watching, and have a great day.